Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a todos. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shear, and I'm the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password. Today is Sunday, October 30th, 2022, and we are continuing with our annual theme, which is Living Everyday Wonder. And the topic for this month of October is finances. The topic for this week is Take a Slice of My Pie. Each week, we open with a spiritual practice called affirmative prayer, also known as spiritual mind treatment. And it's a powerful tool and a practical tool that shifts our consciousness so that we are open and available to accept the good that is already present in our life. It aligns our thoughts with all good. So let's move into today's service with intention, as we do each week, with a reading from the Creative Thought magazine. And today I'll be reading from October 27th, 2014. Just a reminder that spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to close your eyes and take these words as your own, if you so choose. I take this time to commune with the one within that does the work. I recognize the love, peace, and joy of the one, and now claim these divine qualities as my spiritual DNA. I too embodied love, peace, and joy. I declare my life as a grand success. I easily and effortlessly uplift any thoughts that may limit this new idea. I release the past with humble acknowledgement that every experience up to this moment is the platform on which I stand to make this declaration. I have only a calm and joyful expectation of the future, for I know that as I think, so I experience, and I think of my life as a grand success. I give thanks for this wonderful idea and allow Spirit to lovingly and clearly direct my feet on the path of upward spiritual growth as my life continues to unfold as the grand success it already is. I release these words to the law and move forward with confidence, love, peace, and joy into my perfect day. And so it is. And that was originally submitted by Reverend Kathy Kuna from Aurora, Illinois. And so as we do each week, let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this through our vision, which is creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission, which is to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. So please know that each and every one of you is welcome here, no matter what your past is, what path you are on. We honor all faiths, all traditions, all people. So please know that you are welcome and safe here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. So as I mentioned, we teach a philosophy called the science of mind, and it's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. And we offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth, such as our opening spiritual mind treatment. And we also honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. Dr. Ernest Holmes studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts in order to create the science of mind, during the 1920s. And when asked to provide a concise definition of the science of mind teaching, he had replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week we offer a service with an inspirational message. And we are meeting at our new location on Sundays at noon on Calle Venezuela, number 232 on the rooftop. Hang out with us after service for some great conversation with like-minded people. And if you have any questions or comments, you can either post them online wherever you are watching this replay, chat with me in person, or send me a direct email, and I'll be sure to respond. So yes, this week we are talking about finances, and in specific, about the fear that we live in about money, which constricts our flow. And when we live in a healthy love of money, that flow is easy and natural. So, like all of life, money is a flow. And the financial system consists of flows of capital that take places between individuals, governments, and businesses. So finances, therefore, are the studies that provide the process of channeling money from savers, investors, to where it is needed. So everyday wonder about finances is learning about the flow and how we can participate in a healthy way. And today, we examine this flow and how it operates in our life. So as we have examined this topic this month, we realize that the source of infinite beyond our comprehension. And yet it is not a remote infinite, but an infinite, intimate one. The kingdom of God is always at hand. And we are reminded that all of this infinite good is ours, and that we can only experience what we draw through the channel of our own minds, only as much as we can embody. And as we open to this infinite source, we must learn to receive, to assimilate, and to release, all in a healthy balance and with a consciousness of trust. So a person who lives from paycheck to paycheck will discover something new in this teaching of the science of mind. So one particular student had begun to pray for more money, and knowing of this teaching of the science of mind, soon got a new job, and it came with a substantial increase in pay. Soon, though, they discovered that they were again living from paycheck to paycheck, just with bigger numbers. So that's when they became aware that money was not the solution, but rather a change in consciousness was required. And Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote this in Living the Science of Mind. All things emanate from pure spirit and return again to it. So there's three phases of finance: flow, assimilation, and release. And the source of all our good is infinite. The universe is never depleted, and it never runs dry. It doesn't withhold, restrict, or punish. It just expresses its nature of infinite abundance constantly. And we can limit our experience of it, but it is never limited. If we're blocking the flow with beliefs and feelings of being undeserving, not good enough, or any other myths that we've looked at in the past weeks, then we'll close off the flow. We must become good at receiving our good. We must actively and consciously expand our mental equivalent of our idea of normal if we are going to embody more of the infinite good. And we must remember that our receiving doesn't take away from anyone else. It's an infinite flow, not a finite pie. Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote this in The Science of Mind. The law of our being is the law of perfect assimilation, elimination, and circulation, a knowledge of our oneness with the God life all about and within us will heal. So become conscious of your flow, your income from all streams, and your retention or your savings, as well as your release in the categories of spending and giving. And notice if any or all of them need to expand. Remember that the universe responds to how big your thinking is. So expand your thinking. Tell your subconscious mind that you are in an abundant, opulent flow of good. Tell it that you get to receive plenty, retain as much as you want, and joyously release through spending and giving. If your flow has been constricted, then this will feel like a lie. But the constriction is the real lie. You're speaking the truth to yourself. So stand in absolute truth about that truth until it manifests. And don't be afraid to ask for support. In Spiritual Economics, Eric Butterworth wrote this. The receiving is always a greater flow from within. The receiving is in the same stream as the giving. So the second phase of experiencing a healthy flow is assimilation. And when we breathe, we keep some of that air. And when we eat, we retain some of that food. And some people experience money diarrhea, that everything that comes in flows right out. But we deserve and need to retain some of that. The labels for this are things like savings and investments. And if we don't value ourselves or we don't value money, we will get rid of it just as quickly as it comes in. And if it comes through a channel that we don't like or that we don't value, our resistance to the channel will show up as money rushing out our door. In the model of flow, think of a rushing stream pouring into a lake. And this lake provides life energy for its surroundings, the trees, the fish, or any other marine life below the surface, and the birds and the animals above it. It spreads its moisture out to the benefit of the entire region. There is also much financial advice to retain 10% of our income for our savings and investments. This allows money to grow and to work for us instead of us working for it. So we should follow the 10-10-80 rule. So 10% of our income goes into our savings. 10% goes to our giving. And the remaining 80% is ours to do with what we will. In the book Money is My Friend, Phil Lout wrote this: if you have the ability to save regularly, it is an indication that you are at least as intelligent as the squirrel who stores away nuts for the winter. So the third phase is release. And not just as, or just as not valuing ourselves blocks our inlet and deprives our savings, the shadow side of releasing is not releasing. And this is based on fear and a belief that no more will come in if we let it go. So again, it's highly important to recognize the divine nature of abundant good, to trust that we are always immersed in that flow. There's an old saying that you can't outgive God. When you're releasing from an infinite source into an infinite source, nothing can be lost or lacking. Only as we cut ourselves off can we experience the illusion of lack or not enough. And there's generally two forms of financial relief. Number one, spending, which is using money as an energy exchange for things and services. And number two, giving or donating and tithing, using our money to create greater good in the world without any expectation of return or exchange. And it's important when we do spend to be grateful for what we're receiving in exchange. Things like heat and light, clean water, road maintenance, and other community services. We have chosen, consciously or otherwise, to buy these goods and services. And yes, this also includes taxes. So tithing can be a loaded subject. And it is simply a practice of the giving and receiving principle of the universe. You don't displease God if you don't tithe, and the universe won't punish you if you don't give. You just won't experience the benefits of the conscious giving unless you participate. And just like you won't experience the benefits of meditation or yoga if you don't participate, it's an opportunity to continue the flow of money in such a way as to uplift the world. Marianne Williamson wrote this in the book, A Return to Love. You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. So as we become aware and bring everyday wonder to the flow of our money in our lives, we see how we enact the nature of the universe. Everything is in the process of giving, retaining, and releasing. If we're experiencing flow difficulties, it might be time to call in a consciousness plumber, such as a spiritual mind practitioner, to clear out that stuckness. Are you open to receiving and creating a greater opening? Do you care enough about yourself that you realize you deserve to keep some of that flow? And do you trust that infinite flow enough to release it gratefully and joyfully? To rephrase an old saying, God loves a cheerful giver, receiver, and retainer. All of these are aspects of the one process of the divine flow of energy. Money is a divine idea that supports and embodies this flow. As we become at peace with the truth of money, our finances reflect that peace. The naturally abundant nature of the divine shows up everywhere in our lives, and we live in joyful participation of the divine flow. So this week, bring everyday wonder to these three aspects of flow in your life. And I'll leave you with this quote from Stuart Wilde. In order to be abundant, we have to be close to money. Our relationship to money follows a push-pull, love-hate pattern, similar to other relationships. And that brings us to our affirmation for this week. I trust and live in the infinite flow of abundant good. And so now is our time for mindful giving and financial support of our spiritual home. And we rely on your support to continue our center here in Puerto Vallarta so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. And we bless the financial gifts that you give today. Every donation is greatly appreciated, whether it's $5 or $50. And if you would like to start a regular tithing practice with the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta, then please check with me for forms that you can complete, and we can assist you with that. Or if you just go online to our website, which is www.cslpv.org, you'll see two buttons. One will be on the landing page, and the other set is on our replay of the weekly talks. So one is through PayPal, and the other is through Tithely. And I know with Tithely, you can set it up to make a regular contribution if you wish to truly tithe. And I do believe that this is also an available option through PayPal. So whichever method you are using, we appreciate your donation. If, on the other hand, you prefer to write out a paper check, you can still do so by addressing it to CSLPV number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, B1Y8N1. And now, if you'd like to join me in our offertory affirmations. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So if you would like to have a one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment to assist you with your finances or your emotions or whatever changes you're wanting to experience in life, then please connect with me. And if you would like to commit to being a member for this upcoming year with CSL Puerto Vallarta, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, please contact me for the current forms. I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And if you're interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we are offering courses. So once again, we will be offering the course, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. And we are currently offering foundations classes in Spanish. So if you would like to join in the next series of classes, whether it be Spanish or English, please connect with me or watch on our website for updates. We also offer workshops and book studies. So there will be an upcoming workshop on fear to faith, as well as another guest person that will be coming in with a workshop. So again, watch our website for updates on that information. In the meantime, let's continue practicing with peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. So may peace and love be with you. Thank you for coming and sharing this time together. Peace and blessings to all. Namaste.